Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story from Dorking Wanderers with me, Daniel. It's season 14, episode 8, and today we play a crucial final game of the Premier League season. We talked about it in the last episode after our draw against Spurs, and it's probably even tighter than we could have imagined. We go into the final day on the same number of points, on the same goal difference, with just goals scored separating the two teams. Identical records across the season, and just a few more goals in the bank for us is the only thing that has us above Spurs at present. And even that might not be enough. Of course, Tottenham have got a tough game against City, who need to win and hope others drop points to get into Europe. And not just Europe, the Champions League, So they can still finish above Chelsea on goal difference, and they can still finish above Arsenal on points. But they will finish fifth if other results don't go their way. But hopefully that will spur them on enough. But despite all of that, that is the least important thing remarkably going on in today's episode, because those of you that have been following for the last 5-6 years will know exactly what my biggest bugbear has been. We've been talking about it in the comments most of the season, about using the data editor because we thought there might be a glitch in the game, and I don't know what's caused it, but finally, after 6 years, we are now able to improve our training facilities. It has been agreed, it has been planned for the summer. I have no idea how it's come about. It's only a minor upgrade for now, 750,000, so it'll probably only go up to average, but at least it means we can do it again. So if someone down in the comments can explain that to me, then I would be much appreciative, because I have absolutely no clue how it's happened. Nothing's changed in terms of the club off the pitch, the ownership, the budgets, the finances haven't really changed as you saw on the home screen. We haven't had any change to our feeder clubs. I have absolutely no clue. Incidentally, our feeder club Staines are winning the National League South now, but I don't really know what's caused that. But I'm not complaining. We have finally got lift off and everything else looking good. So let's go and get into our final game of the season. We do need to have a quick talk about our recent results. But before we do that, if you have missed any of the season so far, you can catch up in the eye above. If you're looking forward to this tense, gripping final day, please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content, as well as regular live streams every week too. And please do check out the podcast channel if you're a football fan. There's a link in the eye above. It has gone absolutely insane the last few weeks. So thank you all for your support, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content across both channels. But today is Wolves v Dorking. So let's look at a couple of results off camera. You were with me as we drew 1-1 against Wolves, and we've got what now looks to be a crucial point at home to Chelsea. They did peg us back late on, or we would have been favourites for this. But considering Baker was out and Walker had to start after months without playing, I don't think that's a bad result. Against Liverpool, we lost 3-0. Any less and we would have been ahead on goal difference. But today it's not going to matter. It's Tottenham v Manchester City. It is us v Wolves. The TV cameras are focusing on the battle for 4th place. So Arsenal's game is on telly as well. But there are so many permutations. Is there any battles at the bottom as well? I don't think Norwich were down, were they? So Norwich and Birmingham are level on points. Norwich are away at United and Birmingham are away at Everton. That's going to be an interesting day as well. I mean, Everton could still conceivably go down, as could Derby. But Norwich getting a result at United's a tough test. And even the title's not decided. Liverpool too clear and looked very good against us. But United and Chelsea could still nick that as well. What a final day it is in the Premier League. But before we get into the game, I'm a little bit worried about the European situation. I've had a look at the rules and it says 6th place is the Europa League group stage depending on the winner of the FA Cup and nothing else. But the reason I'm concerned about it is if we go to the Europa League, and I know we briefly touched on this in the last episode, Tottenham are in the final against Aberdeen, where you'd imagine they're heavy favourites. Although Aberdeen have got the top goal scorer with 15 goals, and he's a wonder kid striker. Oh, I'm going to be cheering those two on. Aberdeen have got a world-class squad. If this was a journeyman, I'd be looking to go there. What a team they've got. They've got players on 60 grand a week. Geez, Scottish football has recovered here, hasn't it? What a front four that is. But either way, Tottenham in the Europa League final, they're of course 7th in the league, so if they finish below us, will that then mean if they win the Europa League, they steal our spot? Hopefully not. And even more worryingly, in the Europa League 2, Leicester have got a final against Ajax. And Leicester in the Premier League, if we go to the competitions, are 8th. So if Tottenham and Leicester win their respective competitions, do we then miss out? The rules suggest not for the Premier League, but I don't know how it works. So please let me know in the comments if you can enlighten me. Otherwise, we're going to have a cliffhanger for the end of season review on Wednesday. But let's crack into this game. We'll have a look at our team selection. It's a full strength 11, but we've got players in bad form. So Coppens is going to be warned. We're going to criticise his recent form, and we're going to say, how much longer can I wait? He needs to find his rhythm again. He's training brilliantly, but he's not performing on the pitch. Ilya Balic, I think, is in the same category. So again, I'm going to warn him. I'm going to criticise his recent form and say, how much longer can I wait? I would bring in the likes of Aaron White and Ladowry, but they're not match fit. And the last thing I want to do today is change a team that's been doing well. So finally, McLaughlin, I'm going to say I am not happy with you. And hopefully these three will react today. But our lineup in full is Afonso in goal, Pollock and Mazzino the fullbacks, with Mertens alongside Baker at centre half. We've got Johnson and Boyce in central midfield, Lima and Balic on the wings, and Peter McLaughlin the skipper behind Coppens up front. All of those needing to find some form today. We've got big games coming up. We've had disappointment this season. We've had euphoria in the equal measure. We've also had good news off the pitch. A first brilliant youth intake. Both of those youngsters now signed deals, I believe. Solly I wasn't sure about. He has. And I know Williams has as well. And the training facilities thing must be the biggest for the rest of this series. But it could be matched by Europa League football next season. Let's get into the game. All we have to do is equal Tottenham's result. Let's keep an eye on their fixture more than ours. 4-2-3-1 for Wolves. A former Channel hero in Curtis Jones, who was with us. Who was he with us at? It was Newcastle in last year's head coach. He was brilliant for us. I had him at Tranmere in the network save on the podcast channel as well. It wasn't quite so different there. Well, he was alright. He was just injured all the time. Morgan Gibbs-White still about. Militao at right back. Few real players actually, but still a lot of good young regens. So let's go and get into this game, shall we? We've just got to do what Tottenham do. We're going to expect a much better performance. We've got most of the lads motivated. And we need a return to form for our big players today. Hopefully Lima continues where he has been and the others can pick up the scraps. No goals in the other game so far as we pick up the ball at right back. Looks like Norwich are going down though. They've managed to go behind at United. And Afonso plays it out to Mertens with a risky pass. Into Boyce. McLaughlin to Jonton. Lovely football. Jonton's got space to run into. Might have a go here, but goes wide to Pollock, the overlapping right back. Into the box to Coppens. The goal drought is over. Jeff Coppens may have scored the goal that puts us in Europe. And that individual chat, it nearly always works. And Coppens has given Dorking Wanderers the lead. Wolves 0, Dorking 1. Let's get an eye on the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is 0-0 there still. So as it stands, all is looking well for us. And the Wolves have got to throw it right back. Militao takes it to O'Neill, a player we looked at last summer. So they nearly score an own goal there with the back pass. Derbyshire hoofs it long. Pollock will get there. And the highlight ends with no damage at all. As it stands, we're 2 points clear. We're in 6th place. And then I just need to know what happens with the European finals. But here come Wolves with a corner kick. Headed away by Baker. Again, might be his final game for the club, He's had so many occasions where we thought it. As Jonton's wiped out there, but he keeps the ball somehow. Into Balic. He's not missed that. He has not put that over the bar from there. That is the best chance you could ever wish for. And Balic, he's fired it miles over the bar. It's atrocious. But we still lead 1-0 at half-time. Jeff Coppens the hero. Tottenham and City level. And we're going to ask the boys to prove a point. One more half of football and we should have sealed European football. But of course there could be disappointment yet. And apart from Coppens, the other two haven't responded to our chat. Lima picks it up on the right wing though. 2 would make us happy, make us comfortable, make us confident. Here's Boyce. Out to Lima on the right. He has stayed in good form. Beats his fullback, gets to the byline. Into the box, they can't touch him there. Oh, he tries to shoot. Tipped behind and headed off the player for a corner. Brilliant play from Lima. 5 minutes into the second half and we've still got a big threat. Balic with the corner kick to the back post, headed down as far as Boyce. Can we recycle it? He finds Baker. We really need to keep him as well. Might go for a permanent deal. He's only got 1 year left on his contract, so he's someone we'll be going for early this summer. But we're coming up to the hour mark, and I think the same 2 changes are going to be required. But first, Curtis Jones is trying to make something happen. Out to the left, Jukes picks it up for Wolves. He's beaten Pollock, he's beaten Baker, and what a recovery for the tackle that is. He plays it off the defender for a goal kick as well. Mitchell Baker showing just why we need him. McLaughlin and Balic have been awful, so White and Ladari are on. Both of them had decent seasons so far, although they've played bit part roles, and we need half an hour from them here. Still Wolves 0, Dorking 1. Tottenham still being held against Manchester City. It's all looking good. Romero out to Militao on the right though. Into the box, headed by Jones. Just over the bar, but Baker lost out there. And it's a little warning sign, this isn't over yet. 15 more minutes to go. Still goalless at Tottenham. Carl Boyce is not having the best game though, so Nunes is going to come on for him. A very seasoned professional. He's played plenty of games for us. The perfect type of man to be bringing on now. As Nunes takes the free kick himself. Into Aaron White. 2 subs make the difference. Aaron White puts it in. Nunes assists. And that is the point of having a big squad. A good squad, high in quality. And it has led us to a second goal and surely European football next year. We just need to know what happens with those 2 other finals. Nunes heads away a free kick. Lima flicks it on. Jeff Coppens picks it up. Can we put real gloss on it now? Out to the right hand side. He's still going, Coppens. Finds Lima on the underlap. Into the box. Beats his man. Brought down for a penalty kick. Has to be a foul. Has to be a penalty. We're going to VAR and it's given. Ryan Lima will step up. A chance to score yet again. Scored a penalty in the last game on camera and scores one in this. Wolves 0, Dorking 3. And surely now these boys will be playing in the Europa League next season. I know there's still that worry over the finals, but based on the rules we've read, we're sure it's going to happen. What a performance on a big game, and these lads have really delivered when it matters. A brilliant performance and result, a great return to form for Coppens, and a brilliant end of season. Tottenham are held, so we finish in 6th place, a record high for the club. We just need to know what happens. It's going to be nail-biting if we don't get confirmation. We haven't had it, and that really worries me because it makes me think, unless there's any games left, which there aren't, it makes me think that it's going to rely on some of the cup finals. Or are they just waiting for the FA Cup for the formalities? I just don't know. Oh, it's so tense. I don't really want to wait for it. I don't want to leave it as a cliffhanger. It was a good moment for Jeff. Let's get through the press conference. When is the FA Cup final? Is it before the European ones? Because if it is, we'll skip ahead and see what the result is. Right, the FA Cup final is next Saturday. So we're going to skip ahead and we'll be back in a moment to see if we qualify for Europe. This is the final moment then for us in this episode. If it's not confirmed after this, we'll wait for the end of season review and we'll come back then and find out if we're in Europe or not. Basically, if we don't get the confirmation after this competition, it means it relies on the other 2. And if that's the case, one of those are going to win the final and we're going to be chucked out. So let's just hope that this final's played and then we get the message. It's probably one of the most important moments in our history. I've saved all the other messages so we can look at them in the end of year review. We have had more messages about training and youth facilities, so we'll look at them in the next episode too. But let's skip ahead and see what the outcome is here. Could Dorking Wanderers be in Europe in just a click of a button? Liverpool have beaten Chelsea in the FA Cup final and we haven't had any message, and that really doesn't bode well. So I've got a feeling that unless Ajax and Aberdeen pull off one of the most unlikely doubles over the next week, we are going to be out of Europe next season and probably, despite finishing 6th in the Premier League, very unlucky not to be there. But there we go, a very eventful episode, a brilliant performance. I've just noticed here, is that the John Webb? John Webb, our former hero, it is. A Doncaster Rovers worth 9 million, playing in League One. Fair play to the lad. It's good to see former players doing well like that. But a brilliant performance, a brilliant result at Wolves, a great finish to the season in 6th place. But there's still no notice about Europe there, and that really concerns me. So I hope you'll come and join me on Wednesday to find out if we do make it for Europe, what our early summer transfer plans are, whether we can keep hold of Mitchell Baker, and of course we'll do a roundup of all the competitions across England, as well as the European finals, and of course our plans for the transfer window, the update on all the facilities, everything going on off the pitch. We've got a new affiliate club to talk about as well, and we'll do our little player of the season vote too. So if you're looking forward to all of that, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I hope you enjoyed that performance as much as I did. Plenty of promising signs whether we get into Europe or not. But after losing the Carabao Cup final and finishing 6th in the league, I'll be devastated if we don't make it. But certainly promising signs from the future, and we're probably 1 year away from something magical happening here. I'm sure we'll win something next year, no matter what it is. So if you're looking forward to that and you don't want to miss it, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases on the channel, including the all-important end-of-season review on Wednesday, followed by the transfer special on Friday, of course. I'm sure European football will make a big difference to the budget we get, but we'll wait and see how that pans out. In the meantime, we're back with the head coach tomorrow. We're already in a first eventful European campaign in that one, and of course we're live streaming every Tuesday morning, so if you're able to pop along tomorrow and you're free at 10 AM, please do come along and say hello. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea what's happened with the training facilities. I've no idea how it's come about, but I'm absolutely delighted we can finally move there and that we don't have to worry about all of the other bits going on. I've just seen United have won the league as well, so we'll go and have a look at how Liverpool threw it away in the next episode on Wednesday. But thank you so much for your incredible support on this channel and over on the podcast too. We've got interviews with current and former professionals, topical predictions and podcasts, and of course matchday vlogs from when we could go to football over there too. There's plenty of interesting content at the moment and it's really taking off. So thank you for your support with that, as interviewing pros is a dream come true for me. I really enjoy it. So thank you for all of your incredible support. But that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And we'll be back on Wednesday to find out if we're a European football team or not. It's going to be a big moment in the history of Dorking Wanderers. I hope to see you there.